Hi there, it's Sam here from In The Mix project. Today I'm going to take you through how you make jam tarts. So I've already prepared my pastry as I made an apple pie earlier in the week, so I've got some leftover pastry, but I'm going to talk you through how you make it now. You need 250 grams of plain flour and 125 grams of butter with a pinch of salt into a bowl. You need to rub these together using your fingertips, or if you prefer you can put them into a food processor if you have one. When the mixtures looks like breadcrumbs, you then need to stir one medium egg, and if you want to add vanilla seeds you can to give it a vanilla flavour. Then I added 1 tablespoon of cold water. Then I started to bring the dough together with my hands. You've got to try and not knead it too much. This allows it to like roll out once it's cooled. And then I had to put the pastry in the fridge for around half an hour. So as you can see here, I've got some pastry cutters. I've just got my pastry out of the fridge that I've wrapped up. I've got my tin for the jam tarts to go in and some butter to grease them, and then I've also got some raspberry conserved jam. The first job is to get a bit of baking paper, which I've got here. Just enough so you can get a bit of butter on the baking paper and grease each tin, just so the pastry doesn't stick to the tin. You also need to preheat the oven to 180 fan oven, 200 degrees electric or gas mark 6, whichever oven you're using. They're greased, so now you've got to use a rolling pin to roll out your pastry. You want to try and get the pastry around a pound coin thickness. If you find the pastry sticking to the rolling pin, you can use some flour to stop that happening. So as you can see, that's about a pound coin thickness there. Then you want to try and measure up the tin that you've got so that the cutter you use comes just up the tin edge. So for example, I'm gonna use this one here. So then if you try and get it to the edge, you get as many jam tarts as possible out of the pastry. And then what you can do, once you've cut out all your tarts, you can then re-roll the excess pastry and try and get some more jam tarts out of the pastry. You want to make sure there is right through the pastry. So there's those ones. So what I'll do now is I'll add some jam. So there, those ones done. Then if I come back to the pastry, so for example, I'm going to try and cut out a little heart. You might want to get an adult to help you with this. And you need to be careful when you're getting it out of the pastry so it doesn't rip. What you might be better doing is unpeeling it this way. There you go, and there's one heart. And then I'd put that on top of the jam, like that, and then as the jam melts, that'll be perfect. So you can get really creative with the shapes. You could try a star shape. I can give it a go. There's my little star. Probably the more arty ones amongst you can do a better star than me. And you can add that to that one. But sometimes it's nice not to have anything on the top of your jam tart. I'm going to do 4 normal ones without any shapes on. So then these go in the oven for about 15 to 20 minutes on 200. So now the 15 minutes is up, I'm going to get the jam tarts out of the oven. The final thing that I'm going to do is get the jam tarts out of the tin and put on a wire rack to cool down. And there's my 12 jam tarts.